So today on Win Voices podcast, I'm really excited to meet Shrima Rai.
It's been a really interesting, life course change in the middle of, motherhood for me, shifting from banking.
So I think we as women can balance everything. We were just talking about our kids, like how you have two, 10 and 15, and I have a 9.5-year-old. And I know you're going to be going into a new venture soon, so it's really good, to be ambitious, to be inspiring, and that's exactly the reason Women Inspiring Network was.
When you're doing beauty and fashion and a little bit of luxury, I always say that I do relatable luxury. Okay, I think I love to do storytelling and I love to create, but at the same time, I also think it's equally important to keep it real.
So I've had I feel every decade or so
To blend best of both worlds. That's how I take my fashion forward.
Right. It's all about the connect.
Bridge the gap, because you can be extremely into luxury and aspirational, but I think there is nothing more luxurious.
So today on Win Voices podcast, I'm really excited to meet Shrima Rai. Of course, Shrima and myself met a couple of weeks back at Raffles Udaipur and we just connected instantly.
Yes.
So I actually want to know more about yourself, your journey, because you've been a content creator in the luxury fashion and beauty space, a banker,
Yes.
winner of Mrs. India Globe, and you're sort of blending creativity and authenticity across fashion, beauty and lifestyle. So, from a corporate culture to a lifestyle. So I want to know everything. So in your own words, just tell us about your journey on our Win Voices podcast.
Sure. So I think you've pretty much explained a lot about my background. It's been a really interesting, life course change in the middle of, motherhood for me, shifting from banking to content creation. But it's something that I'm really happy that I did.
Yeah. So I think we as women can balance everything. We were just talking about our kids, like how you have two, 10 and 15, and I have a 9.5-year-old. And I know you're going to be going into a new venture soon. So it's really good, to be ambitious, to be inspiring. And, that's exactly the reason Women Inspiring Network was born, to, get the inspirational stories out there of women. So, anyone sitting in other parts of India or globally can just get inspired.
And I think that's amazing. More power to you guys.
And so how do you keep your content coming back, which is very, very aspirational and authentic? So how do you sort of work around that? And, give us some tips.
So I think that when you're doing beauty and fashion and a little bit of luxury, I always say that I do relatable luxury. Okay, I think I love to do storytelling and I love to create, but at the same time I also think it's equally important to keep it real. So I have this series, for example, when I do beauty, it's called Raw Beauty with Shrima, because I don't use filters. So you see, and I have I really do try to show as much of raw, unfiltered content as much as possible. And I think that's equally as important as showing up sometimes extremely with filters. Well, not so much with filters, but with the glam of makeup on as well, So I try to balance it as much as I can.
You look beautiful, by the way. I was really, sort of amazed. Yeah. And so, let's say if you've just got 5 minutes, and all us working women, especially, whatever we're doing, if there were top 3 styling and beauty hacks to put the look together, what would those be for you?
And I think this is a great question, by the way, because it's something that I myself deal with all the time. We're all busy, we're all trying. Okay, so if you can, I would say keep a few outfits in your wardrobe ready. Okay, just keep it ready, prepare yourself for the week, and just keep 1 or 2 go-to outfits that that you can quickly throw on. But if you can, here are my 3 tips. Number 1, pick a basic outfit. Okay, it can be something really basic as far as some denim jeans or a skirt with a white top. Okay, second, you want to accessorize that with something interesting, maybe a pop of color of a bag, or maybe some shoes that generally people won't wear. If you think that generally people wear a skirt with it, maybe take a twist and wear like something interesting, like a sneaker with it, an interesting sneaker. So some things in accessories, I think it's really important that you could just do something like that. Third tip is really with your hair. I feel like your hair, when it's messy, even if you're wearing the best of outfits, it's gonna ruin it. So make sure you have that one hairstyle that's quick and sleek back, or something that you could do that's easy.
On that note, I'm going to say, actually, I think by default, I'm following that. Like yesterday, I sort of landed, I did like 5 meetings, and then I went for this Condé Nast meeting.
Yeah.
And I just took off the jacket and I wore a different jacket.
Yeah.
So I just wear a lot of jackets and it's just so easy.
So easy to...
And then I just have different accessories to change your look.
Exactly.
And I have short hair.
Yeah.
So, even if I don't have a brush or something and I just do that, it just goes.
So I think for me, that's been the best tip as a busy woman, is just to sort of have a basic outfit and find right popping accessories and make sure you have that one go-to hairstyle.
But yeah, I love that. So you are of course a wife, a mother. So how has that shaped your view, your ambition? And I think you're constantly doing something, like I was like, so it's good,
Right.
as I also say that I've had 3 innings. Like one, I had a comms business, and then I had my daughter, and then I had the Win network. So I've had, so I feel every decade or so you have to sort of keep reinventing yourself, keep
Absolutely.
changing. There's so much to learn. So what is your ambition? How are you balancing everything?
So I won't say that every day I feel like I've balanced it well. There are a lot of days where I reflect back and I'm like, oh, today was a mess, right? But I don't really dwindle too much on that. I think we all do the best we can with the time that we have, and I just sort of I take it one day at a time, I think, and I just try to calm myself in that thought. I don't think that any of us have like perfect days. I think all of us are dealing with different things, and we have to allow each other a little bit of grace because of that.
Yeah, makes sense. And you were in US and then India.
Yeah.
And then, so how has that upbringing influenced your style and values?
So in terms of style, I think, of course, like growing up in the US, the style there and the style here is, there could be a lot of differences. So I think I definitely try to blend best of both worlds. That's how I take my fashion forward. And as far as my upbringing goes, I really feel, and I hope that this comes across on my page and with people that I meet, that I'm a very modern person, of course, because of the fact that I've grown up in the US, but I'm also equally extremely rooted. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I am Mangalorean, and I'm very proud of my Mangalorean roots. I do speak Tulu, and I'm very connected to my Mangalorean followers as well, South Indian followers, and I love showing my culture as well, so I think that's something that I've never shied away from. I'm not one of those like creators who won't really let down her hair and show that part, the simple life as well as the luxurious life. I think
that's the key, because I've worked with so many luxury brands, but you have to sort of go back to your roots.
Right.
It's all about the connect.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that really helps to sort of bridge the gap, because you can be extremely into luxury and aspirational, but I think there is nothing more luxurious than knowing your roots and the type of culture that we have in India. That itself is so luxurious. Like when you go back and you see the textiles, and you see, like, I have an ancestral property that I'm so proud of, and you see the wood carvings. I mean
wow.
That is luxury, right? Like that, you can't beat that, right?
Yeah.
That's priceless.
Yeah. And so how do you balance your social media demands, your personal life?
Oh, it is, like I said, it is hectic, and I never ever feel like I've accomplished everything that I want to accomplish in that month, in that year, in the past decade. I feel like, I feel this happens a lot when you're an ambitious person and you're managing a household or many things. Even if you're managing, let's say, your parents, or many things are thrown at a woman, as far as responsibilities go, and that's the truth. So I think all of us do the best we can, but I think for me, it's been about getting organized. You've spent a half an hour with me, so you've seen, like, I already had your questions, like, sort of printed out, and I try to be as organized as possible, to sort of get through my busy schedule.
Yeah. And so, of course, coming back to social media and fashion, what do you see in fashion? Like, do you see people making some sort of mistakes, or how can you fix it instantly?
So I don't want to say I'm a little. I don't want to say mistake.
Mistake. Even I was going to.
I feel like to each their own style. Okay, but I do feel like once a woman sort of understands. If you can understand the tones and the colors that'll suit you, because now there's so much information, right? We have color analysis that lets you know that there are certain tones that might be more suited to you, right? Celebrities use this, right? And I don't know why, a normal woman now it's really accessible to us, right? It's not just
especially with AI. Especially with AI, you can see the outfit.
You can see the outfit, right? And then also like just understanding what you want to emphasize in your clothing or what statement you want to be. I think it's really important to have a personal style and to develop that personal style. But that happens when you do understand maybe a little bit more about fashion. Like, if you can understand more about your body shape, the body type, and what you want to sort of, emphasize in your curves, or what you want to emphasize in your, look. I think that type of education is important. Like if you can sort of take in all the education that you're getting from social media in terms of color analysis, dressing for your body, and different things, then I think it really makes sense, because now we have all that information.
And I would just like to add, maybe wear your confidence, with whatever.
Yeah, like I said, to each their own, and wear what makes you happy and confident. But yes, there are like tips and tricks that you can totally.
And something, on that note, something effortless. Any sort of hack you can see, something which is very effortless. I know we talked about it earlier, but like something which is effortless, like anything specific you'd like to sort of.
I think effortless looks, it could be whatever you're comfortable with. So a person can come off looking effortless in heels and a dress, and they can also come off looking effortless in a kaftan, right? Or like a cord set, right? I think it's how you are how you carry it. I think that's what actually eventually makes a look effortless. The confidence and how at ease you are with that look.
Yeah. And any sort of beauty, what is like trending in terms of the beauty space, and any sort of
so I love
inputs.
Speaking about this.
I want to.
So I do talk about the treatments that I get done with my dermatologist at Sinovacare. So I get like. I think microneedling. Lately, I'm really into exosome therapy, and I really do. I do hair PRP treatments as well. So I feel like there are so many great treatments out there, and again, so accessible for us now, right? That you can really use that to your advantage as long as you educate yourself properly and go to the right specialist. So like exosome therapy is something that I'm hooked on right now. It's helped so much with my pigmentation and my dark circles, and I've openly been speaking about that. And hair PRP is another one that I love. There are many treatments, and I think that it's very individual based, but certain ones are just great for everybody, I feel.
And what sort of like if you have to go on the beauty space, like any sort of tips in terms of like how
to sort of put yourself together. So I definitely feel like I find this with a lot of Indian women. We do suffer a little bit with pigmentation issues. So I feel like understanding how to conceal properly is a game changer. Like the days that I want a no makeup look, I still feel like just a tiny bit of concealer for me just brightens up my whole face, and it just makes a world of a difference, and that's all you need. And I really feel like the more I see my friends incorporating this into their beauty routine, it makes a big difference. Secondly, also having a skincare routine, like it all starts with your skin, right? So figuring out and taking yourself to a dermatologist and really seriously committing to a skincare routine can make a world of a difference, because then you're more confident, your skin clears up, and you just have like great skin, so you don't really need to do more. So again, effortless, glowing, nice skin, not flawless, but effortless.
That's a good one. And so now coming back to your journey, has there been challenges? Because I like to look at challenges also as opportunities, but any sort of challenges which you think you overcame and you'd like to talk about it, because
Yeah, so I definitely think that moving from one, like a banking career, which was more private and you're just sort of living your life, to being a public figure, to going on Instagram and keeping it public, I find that that was challenging in the beginning because you really have to be comfortable with sharing a lot more, and you have to be comfortable with facing the camera every day. You have to be comfortable with creating content on your good days, bad days, or committing to a brand and delivering even on the days that you're sick. You know, I feel like it's a very in camera and upfront type of career, right? So, and it's a public platform after all. So you, that's something that could be challenging to some. I found it a little bit easier because I'm a really, I think I'm just like very chilled out about being on public platforms, and I don't take it too seriously, and I'm very like, it's fine, you know. But it could be challenging at times to take other people's opinions or their perceptions on you. That could be a little challenging at times, yeah.
But do you think that helps? Like if you're taking other people's opinion, or you just go with the...
No. I think for me as a creator, taking on my audience's opinions, I'm always ready to listen to opinions, good or bad, honestly, because I just feel like that's how you grow.
Yeah. And what's your advice to women building their own identity while balancing it all? Because I know, like, you know, you've got different things. You know, you're going to soon become an entrepreneur, and then you're a content creator, you're a mother.
Yeah.
And you know,
how do you?
How do you?
So I really feel like one thing that I've had to sort of overcome and learn about myself is to also give more time to myself. I feel like as a woman, we especially could be very, very, very giving, and then we burn ourselves out, you know. So the last few years, actually, I have had to step back and refocus on my health a lot more than, you know, I thought I would ever be doing. And it's been an eye-opener for me because I realized that I needed to slow down. I needed to give more time to myself, and I do it unapologetically now. And I think that's something that a lot of women I see grapple with, you know. So now it's like, if I want to take that trip by myself or with my girlfriends, I just do it. If I want to go out for a night out with my friends or anything, it's just done. If I need some alone time, it's done. If I need to get my nails done on a Monday evening, you know, it's done. Like, you know, I just do it.
I just love it. I'm exactly like that.
Yeah.
You know, my team knows that. Like, I take out like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, like to play pickleball every day. Yeah. Hats off to us. I took a trip when my daughter was 2 with my girlfriends to Machu Picchu, the other side of the world, Peru.
Yeah.
And all 3 of us at Amsterdam.
Yeah. It was required.
Yeah, it was
It's a
required.
necessity.
Yeah,
It's not
I think so.
indulgence. It is a necessity.
Yeah,
guys,
and
okay?
after a while, I'm spending like a couple of days in Bombay, and I used to live in Bombay before I moved to
Okay,
Delhi.
I know that.
But I just wanted to catch up with friends, and I'm just having a great time. So
yeah.
sometimes that is important, you know.
Yeah, pockets of happiness.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
pockets of happiness. So on that note, we've come to the end of our session. So I want you to leave a winning message, because Win is all about inspiring women, for all those women out there.
Oh, winning message, huh? I think my only message to every woman out there is follow your instincts. That's it. I think that's my main message to everybody. Just follow your instincts, because you're right.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was truly a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.